Thank you. This question's for Elias. Just your thoughts, first of all, the matchup with St. Louis and going up against the defending champions here, the challenge that you guys will have in front of you.
Yeah, they're the defending champion for a reason. They're a great team. They play hard. We played 3 games against them this season, and it was 3 tough games. So I'm excited for what's coming up.
Next up, we have Ben Kuzma, Post Media. Ben, can you hear us?
There we go, technology. Question for Elias. When the Blues were here in November, and they won that 2-1 game in overtime, you had 6 shots and 7 attempts. Binnington was pretty good that night. How surprised were you at his play as a Calder finalist? And were you a little surprised, I don't know if you knew this after the game, he thought he should have won the Calder trophy?
This game was back in November when we played them away.
So 1 second, please. Go ahead, Ben.
There we go. Yeah, that was that November 5th game here, Elias, where you guys lost 2-1 in OT. You had 6 shots, 7 attempts. Binnington made 33 saves. What did you think of him that night? But are you a little surprised? I don't know if you know this, but after the game, he thought he should have won the Calder trophy.
I mean, both of us trying to play our best every game, and it's not up to us who wins the Calder. I mean, Binnington had a great season and played really good in that. He won a Stanley Cup with the St. Louis Blues. So I think I don't want to go into the Calder debate or anything. It's not up to us who wins that. He played phenomenal during the regular season. I'm happy with my season too. So, yeah.
Next up, we have Dan Rosen, NHL.com.
Yes, for Elias. I'm curious, what did the series against Minnesota do in terms of preparing you guys for the level of hockey you're going to face now against a team that obviously knows how to win at this time of year, especially for younger players like yourself who are going through this for the first time? What did that series do for you in terms of preparing you for now another step up?
I think it's our series against Minnesota was great for us, a great learning experience because there's a lot of us who's playing the first NHL playoffs. This series against Minnesota was tough, 4-game battle. Happy we won that in 4 games, but now looking ahead to Wednesday for Game 1 against St. Louis, and it's going to be a tough opponent, but I think all of us are excited and ready, and yeah.
Next up, Farhan Lalji, TSN.
This question for Loui. Loui, I know that when you're on the outside looking in for Game 1, you're told by your coaches to always be ready because you just never know how things are going to go. When that happened, what were your expectations as to the rest of the series? And are you surprised that you were able to, even get a game where you played 20 minutes and you seemed to get a bigger role as the series progressed?
I felt great during the camp we had in Vancouver, and I was feeling really good. And I was just waiting to see what's going to happen. And then I get the chance to play. So it was obviously a big deal for me to come in and try to help the team. And the way they gave me the chance to play that many minutes and win the game, the first one there, and then the whole series was really fun to be part of it, and the way we played as a team against Minnesota, I thought we played great and we battled hard in every game, and it was a big win for us.
Next up, we have Ian McIntyre, Sportsnet.
Hi, Loui. You know that often teams that haven't been in the playoffs have to fail the first time they try because it's so hard to win. That was your first playoff series since you came to Vancouver, obviously, first series for the guy beside you and a lot of players on this team. How significant do you think it is that on your first try you win a series and advance and build some confidence?
Oh, it was definitely big for the whole team. like you said, we have some young guys who hasn't played these games yet, and the way they stepped up and played for us was really big. And like I said, I think the whole team played really good together and worked hard, and it was a physical series against Minnesota, and I think everyone handled it really good, and everyone is feeling good about their game right now.
We have a follow-up from Brendan Batchelor.
Yeah, this question's for Loui. How much do you think this series with St. Louis might resemble the kind of hockey you played against Minnesota with, some of that physical edge to the games?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're a big, strong team as well, and everyone know that they won last year, and it's going to be definitely a challenge. And I think it was good for us to play Minnesota these games, and everyone got used to the physicality of the game and the tempo. So it's definitely we're going to be ready for St. Louis.
Back to Ben Kuzma.
Hey, question for Loui. You mentioned big, strong teams, Loui, that can play with pace. Special teams are a huge part of the regular season, even more in the playoffs. You play a pretty prominent role on the PK. What are the challenges in going up against the Blues?
Yeah, I mean, they have some really good players who can make plays, and some shooters on their team. So we have to be ready for that. And I mean, it's the special teams. It's going to be huge in this series as well. And we have to stay maybe a little bit more disciplined and don't take as many penalties we did against Minnesota. But like you said, they have some players who can make plays and can be dangerous. So we have to be ready for it.
Jim Morris, CBC.
Sorry about that. Took me a minute to unmute. Loui, everybody's talked about how well the team played, and they did play very well in that first round series. Where do you think there might have to be some improvement in this next round?
I mean, I thought the first game we played was a little bit learning lessons, how hard it can be, and then everyone stepped it up in the 3 games after that, and I think everyone is ready now. They know how the tempo is and the physicality of the game, and so I think it was good to have these games here, and the way we played and how we won it felt really great for the team, and now we're having another challenge here against St. Louis. So it's going to be fun to play these games as well.
Next up, we have Dan Rosen, NHL.com.
Yeah, Elias, I'm curious. You always hear that when a team wins the Stanley Cup, oh, now we know we're playing the Stanley Cup champions. We're going to bring it even more because they won the Stanley Cup. It happens a lot in the regular season where you'll hear that. Does that carry over to the playoffs too? Or is it completely different because it's a playoff series that you want to win it because it's a chance to move on rather than they won the cup and you're the hunted? Is it any different than any other opponent because they won the cup?
I think every team in the league can beat anyone, and of course I think it's an extra boost for us that we played the Stanley Cup champions, and like we want to go as far as possible, and we know it's going to be tough, and St. Louis is up, and it's been tough games against them during their regular season, and I expect them to be even tougher now in the playoffs.
And we have time for a final question from Ian McIntyre, Sportsnet.
Hi, Elias. I know you've gotten accustomed to playing against the other team's top players. Ryan O'Reilly is one of the best centers in this league, and one of the best shutdown centers as well. Just could you tell me a little bit about the challenge of facing him in this series?
He's a great player. He, like you said, he's good lockdown, but he makes a lot of plays offensively, and but yeah, I'm just excited for the challenge, excited to play St. Louis, and yeah, hopefully can do some damage.
Great. Thank you, Elias and Loui. We appreciate you taking the time. That'll conclude today's media availability for the Vancouver Canucks. Thank you all for joining us. Please check out media.nhl.com for future availability.